Hi guys, welcome back again to my channel. It's a girl journey. Today we'll be making this beautiful outfit, so stay tuned, you're gonna enjoy it. So first of all, this is a 3 yards of fabric. The first thing I started with is the drafting of the outfit. So I'm going to use this to illustrate it. This serves as the front, and from the front, the back will just end at the half length. If you're making use of half length, if you want your back to be that low, you can go as low as half length. So the half length I'm working with here is 16 inches, while the full length is 65 inches. That is, this is the full length, 65 inches. So this is the from half length to full length. So how I'm going to get this is 65 minus 16 inches is going to give me 48, then plus 1 inch for elastic. Elastic will be at the waist of the back. So let's go ahead and draft it. So the first thing I'm going to mark here is the half length. This is the half length. Please, you can make use of half length if you want it to be that low, but I will advise you to go up by 3 inches, because at the end of the day I went up by 3 inches. I didn't use the half length again. So learn from my mistake. Go up by 3 inches from your half length, please. So the next thing I'm marking is the neck width and neck depth. I'm making use of neck width of 3 inches and neck depth of 2 inches. So I'm going to insert the shoulder, not minding that the dress will not be having a shoulder. So I'm going to insert the shoulder divide by 2. Then from there I'll come down to the armhole. Then I'll advise you to go up by half of an inch or 1 inch for your armhole, so that you have a kind of covered armhole side. So this is the shoulder slope. I'm not going to make use of this. So this is the chest. The next thing I'm going to do is to use the curve ruler to trace it out. It's a halter neck. It's an halter neck. So you are going to allow it to flow. So the next thing I'm going to do is to divide the neck parts as much as I want, but I'll be dividing it into 3 only. So this division, meanwhile, you are going to make your half length flow as much as your fabric. So the next thing I'm going to do is to slash it. This is the slashing method. You can make use of gathering, but here I want it to be a kind of flay, like a line flay. So I'm going to slash this place, and then also here. You can slash as many as you can, but I'm making use of only these 3 pieces. Try and label them so that you will not get confused. So the next thing is to bring the fabric, then place the pattern on them accordingly. So this is the time you are to spread as much as you want. So here, the distance between the 2 papers is 6 inches, while the center The center is 3 inches. Then this one that I'm touching now is 6 inches. Then the other one 5 inches. Then the center is 3 inches. So depending on how you want to spread yours, I'm just telling you the inches that I use. So after which you are going to cut the next part. You are going to cut the neck part. Cut exactly like this. As you can see, the number third pepper is a kind of slopey. So you cut this way. Then I'm leaving allowance for stitching. You are going to cut down to your full length. The full length I'm working with, remember, is 65 inches. So I'm done cutting it. When you open it, this is what you have. Then the next thing you are going to do is to go to machine, gather it to 6 to 7 inches. You gather it this way. Then before that, remember to stitch this part and this part also, because at the end of the day they are going to be open. There is no back to join these parts. So the first thing I did is to stitch down this area, then on the other side. Then I went ahead to gather it. Then after you finish gathering, this is the neck band, which makes it the turtleneck. I'm making use of 6 inches width. Then the length is as long as you want. You can make use of 4 inches width, depending on how bold you want your band to be, that your turtleneck to be. So the first thing I'm going to do is to notch the midpoint. So this is the midpoint. So I'm going to fold it this way, then stitch down. But before I stitch down, from that middle that I notch, I will measure on both sides 3.5 inches, because the neck I'm working with is 7 inches. 3.5 on the both sides. I'll leave open for the band, for the neck. 3.5, because this is 7 inches. I gathered it till 7 inches. So that place that is open is 7 inches. I'm going to stitch it down. Just insert it this way, stitch down if you have no fold. So this is for the back. I have cut out the 48 inches plus 2 inches for the back. Then I make it to be as much as I want, because I want it to be gathered. I want the gathers to be full. So what I'm making use of is 45 inches. 45 inches, so that by the time I finish gathering it, it will be very full. So I went ahead to make a elastic casing, after which I've already inserted the elastic. The inches that I'll be needing here is waist measurements divide by 4. That is what I have here. Waist measurement divide by 4 is what I'll be inserting. So this is the front. Like I said before, I didn't stitch the back exactly 16 inches because I stitched it at 16 inches. It came out very down, very low. That is even showing the waistline. So what I did was to come up by 3 inches. That is, at the end of the day, what I make use of is 13 inches instead of 16 inches. That's why I told you initially to come up by 3 inches from your waistline. So I mark 13 inches also this side. Then after which I went ahead to stitch